Many of you might not know what HS2 is. HS2 is high-speed rail number 2. It is an incredibly destructive project. Everywhere it goes, it just seems to want to go through all the most precious habitats and ecology, and is smashing through aquifers that supply our drinking water, and it's ripping up woodlands, and everywhere. It is just so incredibly destructive.
I'm part of the Whitstable Extinction Rebellion group.
Okay.
And I saw that there was a action today in support of the people who are living in trees and in yurts and in muddy holes under the ground, basically fighting against the high-speed rail link.
And at one point there was this one tree protector who fell on the ground, and I jumped into the river, kind of like lied down on top of her to prevent her from being just walked on. I started to like scream. There was a security guard next to me. I just looked at him and asked him, "Can you please call ambulance?" And then he refused. You could feel the tension increasing, and another security guard just kind of broke my finger, and everything like froze in that moment. Really, I just looked around my just seeing everything, what was happening, like how there was just no need for that, for the security to behave this way. I mean, we're just trying to protect this tree, and it wasn't even on the route.
So basically you're holding this just to sort of keep it in the public eye and to show your support for them?
To show our support to them, to be honest, because I really feel for them, and I can't go up there and do what they're doing, but I would if I could.
Yes.
So I do what I can.
So here you can see the construction. This is going to be the concrete batching plant. It wasn't something we were ever made aware of in the early days of HS2. Construction's already started on that, and if we spin around over and look into the distance there, you'll see just the mass and the scale of the destruction that we're going to see. When you ask questions about the justification for why things change, why have they suddenly destroyed the local nature reserve, for example, it's like they'll take months to compile a report.
Hello, this is the residents of Cloud Atlas. We're living in the tallest treehouse in Euston Square Gardens as we oppose HS2.
This tree's about 70 foot high. Well, the platform, there's just 2 of us here. It's connected to the 2 other trees that are being evicted. Well, one of them is.
One of them's been emptied now, unfortunately. Or being emptied. But we're still confident.
There's still 2 people locked on in there.
Is there?
Yeah.
There you go. And lots more underground.
So tell me what you think of the HS2 scheme then, generally.
I think it's a complete disaster. I think the government are being so hypocritical. On one hand saying that they're holding the COP talks this year in this country, and yet they're doing all this work right across the country, and it's so hypocritical, and none of it's ever going to be, well, the HS2 is crap, isn't it? The HS2 high-speed link to Birmingham is unnecessary. It's going to cost over £108 billion. Imagine what you could do with that, how much the NHS could do with that, and how much your local train service and bus service could do with that. Such a lot of money.
The protesters are all part of a group calling themselves HS2 Rebellion, and they say that if the work goes ahead, this area, Euston Square Garden, will be turned into a temporary taxi rank with the loss of all that green space and those trees.
You hear the shouting down there. People are being dragged out violently out of the fort. Under that fort there is a system of tunnels that have been created over months by the people living here.
So here we are in the tunnel. They've been building up to this for some time. We just had this whole escapade where the BBC, we gave them privileged access to the tunnel on an agreement they wouldn't send the material out to the public until the eviction had started, and then they reneged on their promise and went out last night. But true to their sort of plans, HS2 pushed ahead and have come in for the eviction anyway. So here we are in the start of an eviction. They came in at like 4:30. Scotty here was asleep, but he managed to get down the hole. Why are you sitting in the bottom of a hole?
Because we like it.
Do you? What do you like about it?
It's dark.
They have issued 166, I believe it is, gagging orders across the country to businesses, local councils, and even to media outlets. So you're not hearing the truth. So it's up to the ordinary people to get out with banners and do whatever they can just to make it clear to the general public that there's a great big swizz going on.
We first met him last Tuesday. He's been living in this forest camp since last August with his dog Cheeky on the edge of some steel fencing, behind which diggers are carving out the route for the high-speed rail track HS2. He wants to stop them, but bailiffs warned he had to move.
And so are you going to move out?
Only if they make me.